Okay, Megovanen, and welcome to a shout out video. Um, Again, as usual, sorry if I stumble. It's literally everything I do is always last minute. Um, Even though maybe I may plan on certain videos that I'm going to make, I don't plan anything out. I just know I want to do this in the future, and this shout out video, ever since I hit 1K and beyond, I wanted to, thank the people who got me here. Um, it's it's 3:10 p.m. I haven't. I literally just got up maybe 10 minutes ago. These are all great, wonderful people, and everyone in my Discord group. But let's just get to it. I want to start off with Alagar Dovahkiin, because without him I wouldn't have this computer, and I wouldn't be able to keep up with the current PCs without the deals he's been giving me, and very extremely steal over deals, let's say. I grew up with him and know him in person, and I owe him a lot. Alara Northwind, this kindly girl, shouted me out, and someone I met through ESO and through her YouTube videos, where she would do house decorating videos for ESO, and she became my friend all those years ago, and she has quit ESO for reasons unknown, or reasons that are very personal, so we can't delve into those. But she still tries to put out whatever kind of video she likes. Her latest is Phantasmophobia. We played Divinity Original Sin 2 together, and just a wonderful person, and kind of person, to try to help me out with that. So, I want to acknowledge Alara. We have Geeky K's ASMR, which is K. She's shouted me out, at least a couple times as well. And I want to thank her. She does wonderful, wonderful ASMR videos through horror games, typically horror games. But lately she's been delving into reading National Geographic or other kind of, reading material. But looks like she's gotten back to Resident Evil, which is great. And you wouldn't think Resident Evil or those kind of games would make good ASMR videos, but they do. They do. Her voice is like no other. Very soothing. I love the way she speaks and everything. So do check her out as well, and support her too. I'm getting to the ones that shouted me out and gave my channel exposure first, and I want to get around to the rest of these kindly people. We have Mike Plays Games, which is Movie Mike, another longtime friend whom I've known for up to a decade, or at least close to it. And he shouted me out as well, and he used to do some live streams on his channel, but he had stopped for quite some time. His last one, I think, was Sniper Elite. And I've known him for, like I said, a very long time, and we started when we were doing movie stuff. His main channel is Movie Mike, and I want to acknowledge Mike. He's someone that we were friends. Not all these people were pretty much all in the Discord, most of us, and with Mike, we're on the WhatsApp, and we're always talking every so often too, and he helps me out with personal issues, and I want to thank him for that. We have Surviving the Horror, which is my dear friend Todd. Thank you, Todd. Very much like Mike, it's these two gentlemen whom I'm in contact the most on WhatsApp, and they talk to me and help me out too. His Surviving the Horror channel, he does like survival horror games, but that's not always the case. And he's shouted me out a few times. He has a main movie channel, Todd E. Walnuts, and he shouted me out, and and also has helped my channel grow, you know, exponentially. Really, it just jumped from like a mere, you know, 500-600 all the way to what it is. So I want to thank you, Todd. Thank you for all you've done. And I just want more people to also become aware of your gaming channel as well as Mike Plays Games, because this is just, you know, 16 is quite low. So thank you, Todd. Thank you for everything. Transient Complex, he's a new guy, but he shouted me out on his very first Let's Play video of Caves of Kud, and he's a great, cool guy, man, and I just want to acknowledge him as well. Even just a new, small channel just starting out, and still he even shouted me out, so I greatly appreciate that, and I want him to be recognized, because he's already a Let's Player, and he's already a great one, and I can see, if you just go ahead and watch that first one, you'll see exactly what I mean. He kind of reminds me of another Let's Player, let's say, but better, I'll say that, especially his personality, and he's very humble and just a very cool guy. So that's all I'm gonna say. Let's just say this other guy he reminds me of has like 13K subscribers, but it kind of, I'll say, it kind of went to his head, so he's a different person now. But Transient is kind of like that, with the way his passion with the games, as that guy is, but not that kind of like selfish personality, let's say. And we have, last but most certainly not least, Zoe Z's ASMR. Zoe, much like with Geeky K, I mean, these two are connoisseurs in the ASMR department, and much like Geeky K, she does, I think the way she put it on her channel, she does Let's Play videos, only she makes them ASMR. She hasn't done anything in a while. The last thing was a crystal rock collection that she has. I've got a small collection myself, you know, these are like, for example, I have more, but you know, these are my Boji stones, right? These are Boji stones, they're healing stones. You know, I have an agate stone that goes around my neck, things like that. But she shouted me out, you know, at least like once or twice. And all of these people who shouted me out brought so much attention to my channel, and combined brought me to where I am today. So I want to acknowledge them and let people know what they have done for me, and I would not be where I am if not for them. So okay, so we have these other folks who are kindly friends of mine who deserve a lot more subscribers than what they have, and that would be Aina the Khajiit, a very cool cat. Literally, she is a Khajiit, very cool girl, and she does. She started off just doing voiceover with her clips of the Arena and Daggerfall, and spitting out lore and stuff, which was great. And now she's delved into the not ASMR, delved into the Let's Plays, and you can hear her voice. You don't see her. She tried experimenting with it with her webcam, but there were issues. But now she's found the perfect balance between her old way of recording and the new way, and it's in, I think, 720 at least p quality, or 1080p. So do check her out. And again, I mean, it's growing slowly but surely, but I mean, she needs to be recognized for the great, wonderful work that she does. One of the best narrators and lore, you know, lore crafter there is, you know, that can really preach about the lore and everything. Fantastic. We have Ari's Adventures. I've met her through Aligar Dovahkiin, very recent friend, you know, and we've had very little contact. It's just started out, but she's a great girl. And these two talk a lot and play Conan Exiles a lot. And one of the more recent videos I've seen by her is where she was making a circular shaped foundation in Ark, the game Ark. So do check her out. I mean, she's doing okay also, but still, this is all these people to me. I feel that they deserve, at the very, very least at this point, several hundreds, if not already in the thousands, to be able to monetize. These people would do well, to monetize. I know they didn't make the same mistake as I, putting movie clips and stuff. That was a stupid thing to do. I just wasn't thinking. I just thought it's just kind of cool to put that up. We have ASMR like a sandbox, and this person just like an ASMR, person, and she does it because it opens up your imagination, and the way she puts it is it's literally like a sandbox, open sandbox, and she always gives a positive message and at the end, which adds another dimension to her ASMR videos. So please check ASMR like a sandbox out. Yeah, and it is a she. I believe her name is Hannah. We have Dean of Games, another long-time, old-time friend. I know him from his movie channel, Dean of DVD. Like I said, some of these people I've known for nearly a decade, and this is another gentleman who is one of them. And his games are like board games where he showcases them, but he wants to delve into Let's Plays, possibly streaming on his Nintendo Switch. So please head on over to Dean's channel, help him out. Much like me, he's not very tech savvy, but still. Common Villager Plays. He does, a variety of Let's Plays, from Morrowind to Daggerfall to something like, I think like Dying Light or something, one of those, soldier games. So, if you're just into Let's Plays in general, a classical Let's Player, do check out Common Villager Plays, please. It's great personality, great narration, and very laid back, relaxed, and just super cool. We have Count Dragula. This person, he reminds me of a bygone era, but sort of came back for a while, and is still back in a way, with the likes of, was starting with people like Vampira, and then like Elvira, which I know they had a little argument, a little disagreement. Vampira saying that Elvira stole her shtick, and sued her and lost that case. And then there are people like Svengoolie, and then son of Svengoolie, Richard Coase, and now just Svengoolie. And he reminds me in that little category because he has his own little character that's super memorable, Count Dragula, and he has one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that stops in every once in a while. And they do fantastical skits, but they're just very natural skits. They're not, he's not trying to be himself and play it off like this is him. I'll give you an example. There are the bigger channels, and I don't want to single people out, but you have people that are like, they do the quick cutaways, and when they do their reviews, they're not wearing any mask, it's just them. And they're just playing a character, even though they're trying to say, this is me, this is who I am. But I know for a fact, you meet them, they're not going to be like that. Another one is like, that was a man that I'm referring to, but there's many others like that do that kind of thing. And then a woman who's, I know who they are, but like I said, I don't want to single them out, but do you know that, and it's a woman, blonde, do you know that, you ever get the feeling, she's got this shrill voice. I don't think she talks like that in real life. She's putting on a character, trying to make it seem like this is who she really is. No. Count Dragula, he makes no, how can again, I'm bad with words, but he has no bones about it. He doesn't, I don't even know, I heard that term before, but I don't know if that applies to what I'm trying to say. But he make no mistake, he's not trying to fool you that this is him. It's all in good fun. He's wearing a mask, he does the voice. It's not who he is. who he is a secret, and we may never know who he really is, and that's perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine knowing Count Dracula as Count Dracula. So do check him out. He does fantastical movie reviews, and he speaks from the heart. So we have Fabulous Dark Star, who does house tour videos. I do those as well in Skyrim. Do check her out. She's doing exceedingly well with the 14K. So please, check her out. Also British, much like Alara, and I get those two confused sometimes between Alara, because I have Alara Northwind and Fabulous Darkstar. Two fantastical people. We have my very dear friend Grumpy Scamp. I absolutely love his Daggerfall videos, and he met me through my Skyrim Let's Plays. And he's very, very detailed in his Daggerfall Let's Plays. And he also does another game called Empire, which I know very little about, and I've got to get around to those. But by far, for me, I love his Daggerfalls. They are slow burn, but it's the nature of the game. It's as slow burn as the game is. In Daggerfall, it's one of those classical RPGs, the early Elder Scrolls 2. And he goes into the lore sometimes, or he relates to something that is maybe part of real history. But then when he plays, he role plays it, much like myself. So do check out Grumpy Scamp, another underrated Let's Player. We have Little Teacup ASMR. Again, it's baffling to me that this girl has only 241. She's going through some issues right now, some, let's say, technical issues, so that's why she hasn't put anything out in quite some time. Her name is Danny, and she's a very, very kindly girl. There was a time when I was down, and she spoke to me a little bit and helped me and kind of brought me out of that, one of the people that did that, and a very kindly person. Do check her out. Underrated ASM artist with such a soothing voice. That's really all that needs to be said about her, because really, she's doing a game, Hollow Knight, and doing that as an ASMR. It's a platformer, but done in a classical sense, and she does it ASMR, and it's just fantastic. So please, check out Danny's channel. We have my dear old friend Slipcover King, which is Sean. His is sporadic. Sometimes he'll do a Let's Play or a live stream, and it won't be several months until maybe he'll do another one. He's someone who just does videos whenever he feels like it. He collects movies. He has pretty much almost all of the Disney, films on Blu-ray and 4K. So if you like movies and you like Let's Plays and live streams, he's one to check out. Sean, my very dear friend, another person whom I've known. Let me just say this. I remember when he was in high school, the last year or two, and now he's not been in high school for a while. He's been out of it for a while. So I've known him for years. Another one of my very dear old friends. We have Super Mario and Friends channel. This person, again, one of the newer ones, but not super new anymore, but he has a passion for all things Mario, and he's friends with other channels that are, doing that kind of thing with Pac-Man and Luigi, and he does just very short clips of, Super Mario Brothers and Friends. And literally, this channel says it all. If you're a Mario fan, you're going to love his stuff. It's not ASMR, but it's almost like a retro channel to those 80s and early 90s, arcade days. We have Wifey Will, who does Let's Play videos, has done Morrowind, and most recently does Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Let's Plays, and right now she's in the Shivering Isles doing Lord Sheogorath's bidding. And the recent thing I seen was she was in the Feldu tree, having to take Feldu, and in order to see certain things to complete her quest. But do check her out, guys. I mean, Wifey Will, another one that I'm surprised at with the low subscriber count. Also very kindly girl. and very entertaining, fun, natural, laid back Let's Play videos. And all of these Let's Players have their own kind of style, and they inject their own personality into it. So they're all worth checking out. We have Xenoc here, another one of my very oldest friends. I knew him when I thought this channel was owned by a girl, but it's really his wife, I think it is. Maybe girlfriend before at the time. And she was doing Skyrim. And later on, when I saw live streams and I came on there and I saw that it's this guy, and I got confused, and then everything got straightened out, and I got to know Xenoc the man. And he's let's say Russian Slav, and he's a great guy, long time old friend, much like with Todd and Mike and Aligar and Sean and Dean. He does live stream Let's Plays. He's not so much into some of the more dumbed down ones, I guess, that they streamline too much. I don't want to point whatever games out, but he's more into like the older kind of titles, classical stuff, much like with Grumpy Scamp, the kind of RPGs. But he's not to say he doesn't love Skyrim, but things like Daggerfall, things like the first Diablo, Warhammer. He got me into the Warhammer game, the Warhammer 40K. But also very nice, cool, and quick to the point kind of guy, and yeah, I love this guy, He knew a guy, a mutual friend in Nagidal, and he remembers some of my comments I left on Nagidal's, Let's Plays back in the day. But just another long-time great friend, and he does random Let's Plays. Things like Daggerfall, or things like Diablo. And that is it. So I am sorry if this is a little bit too long. It's about a half an hour, a little over. Thanks so much for watching. Please show these people love and support. And I love them all. I do love them all. And please, if you're interested, join our Discord. There's more people in our Discord that are not here, we've recently had, it's not super recent anymore, but still somewhat recently, a few people that have joined in. So please join in on the fun. They're all great, fantastical people, and I love them. Thank you.